Good evening. Welcome back to the Goofy Investing YouTube channel. Hope everybody enjoyed their 4th of July and spending time with the family, or if you're alone, I hope you enjoyed your time regardless. So, in this video, we're going to talk about my next potential multi-bagger, the next investment that I'm getting into, and why I think this stock has the potential to outperform and provide exponential gains for me to continue fueling my growth in the portfolio. So, without further ado, let's look at this stock here. Upwork. All right, if you've been following along, this is my mystery box stock. Now I'm actually going to officially be coming out with a ticker on the actual YouTube videos, so it'll probably start attracting the other Upwork investors. So if you're clicking on the video because of the Upwork thumbnail tag and all of that, go back to some of my mystery box videos where I'm covering Upwork in prior videos. So I like to incentivize my viewers that continue watching to add that type of mystery theme, so they know the inside scoop. All right, and more of a protection from the thumbnails, if that makes sense. So, but anyway, all right, Upwork. All right, why do I think this thing is a multi-bagger? All right, and it starts with an idea. All right, SoFi. If you've been following along in my SoFi videos, um, I've been projecting unemployment turbulence to hit in Q3. All right, had just had the jobs report Friday. Unemployment rose to 4.1% in June, and this is the second month of unemployment raising. I think the Fed lags are going to start kicking in, and with that, I think to myself, you know, employment is going to be a problem for people, and there is a lot of wages to be had. How do we how do we disrupt into a total addressable market with nearly limitless TAM? Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I think Upwork is the answer. I see Upwork as the platform to disrupt traditional employment, and not just in the United States. I'm thinking globally, at least in markets that are allowed to participate, um, and have at least enough technological prowess to participate in this, and of course that are not part of antitrust issues, like different countries like that we can't participate in. But you know what I'm saying. Either way, the global wages of labor and GDP. I mean, this is a $1.45 billion company and trading at valuation levels that are very cheap to me, given the potential opportunity. All right, let's look at it. All right, on the peg, we're trading below 1. All right, forward PE on this thing is 11.77. We're projecting 13% growth at the end of this year. Next year's forward PE is 9.68, projecting 10.93, and double digits therefore, or so on, if you will. 2028, they got it at 9%. Honestly, I think by the time 2028 rolls around, the economy will be in a better spot. We go back to the growth metric on their average on their 5-year. I think by 2028, we're reverting back to reaccelerating growth years from now. And of course, that's years from now, 4 years from now. But that's just my take on it. I think that this is an opportunity, and a very small window of opportunity, to get in cheap for Upwork. not financial advice. This is my personal thoughts, and this is what I'm doing. Okay, let's pull up the portfolio, or let's pull up the position that I have already. I've been buying this stock. If you've been following along, I've already started a position. I got a couple hundred shares, and I'm buying this on the dips. I think the valuation is just as cheap now, all right, as it is. I mean, yep, same price, but the consensus estimate is raised. So in essence, the valuation is lower in a way. If you feel what I'm talking about, all right. Cash position, they're net cash. We're looking good. They got about over 100 million net cash, and they're profitable. All right, that's I could sleep better at night. Even though profitable companies can just as easily swing to become unprofitable in an aspect. We'll go to their financials. I'll show you what I mean though. When I can sleep better at night. All right, they're free cash flowing. All right, not only are they profitable, they're free cash flowing. We'll look at their profitability metrics. This gross margin and net income margin. The net income margin has a plenty that's untapped for multiple expansion from that gross profit margin. Um, shares outstanding. Shares outstanding. They're starting to buy back shares. If you look back on their quarterly, let's look at that. Go back down. Bear with me. Yep. Yes, of course. There's a little bit of. I'll admit they're barely buying back the stock, but in hindsight, if they're starting to buy back the stock, I mean, it's a shift in the right direction. Positive, a profitability, free cash flows. I'm getting double-digit growth under one on the peg, and I get a multi-bagger opportunity to disrupt unemployment. I think Wall Street is asleep on this company. I think the arbitrage disconnect on why it's trading so cheap is. I think analysts don't have a mature model to model it after. Like, this is the leader in this industry for freelance work. And when I say like financial analysts to model after, I'm talking like, okay, Navitas has NVIDIA to model after, or AMD has NVIDIA to model after. Okay, Upwork is the leader. Okay, yeah, sure, they got one competitor, which is Fiverr, which I believe is Fiverr is the main competitor. But Fiverr does little more multiple niche, little tiny, smaller scale items, as opposed to Upwork is the main employment big money platform, if you ask me. So I think, and I think Upwork is trading cheaper than Fiverr, if you ask me. So Upwork is my choice. I think that this is a good play going in. What do I plan to do? What do I plan to do with this position? All right. I want to get up to 10,000 invested capital. Shares are trading over $10 a share. So, and I like to cap off at the nearest hundredth. So I'm looking at 1,000 shares that I want. Okay. Maybe it takes me 3-4 more months to build this up. Probably 4 more months, maybe 5 more months to build it up. We'll see. But hopefully, I'm hoping that this thing stays cheap enough for me to start averaging in and getting my average and getting the quantity that I want. But hope you all enjoyed this. If you haven't already, check out my Patreon. All right. I go over tactics. You get access to exclusive content such as the Hidden Gem Collection. I'm going over companies with like-minded investors. Get mentorship, get coaching, and get instructional content that's exclusive. There's definitely a bunch of different little spreadsheet products that you have in perpetuity. You get to download those, and you don't have to be a member of the Patreon to maintain those products as well. And those are constantly going in. I'm constantly looking at ways to bring value to my Patreon members. Act and subscribe. The first 3 months of your subscription, you get a complimentary one-on-one session with me. All right. So a one-on-one coaching session with me. All All right. Or you could save that for a rainy day. All right. So, with that being said, I hope you all got value. Consider subscribing. I love you all and have a good day until the next time.